Good morning. It's a beautiful morning in Santorini, specifically Ia, which you can see behind me here. Whenever you Google like Greek islands or Greece, this is probably what comes up for you and is the desktop background for many computers. It's very picturesque. As you can see, it has the iconic blue dome churches, and it's a very popular tourist spot and heavy tourism. A lot of people come here, and that's why we tried to hit it in the morning, because we knew evening was going to be really busy. Although Ia is very beautiful and all the buildings are very cute, it's very, very busy. There's people everywhere, even in the morning. So be prepared that you're gonna be around a lot of people and a lot of tourists. And this place is definitely made for tourism. So in the souvenir shops, the prices are gonna be a little bit more. So try to find things other places, but it is very picturesque, but it's definitely not our kind of speed. We much prefer the Naxos type of vibe. We're not sure about the history of this castle or what its name is, but this is a very good spot on the other side to get a view of Ia and get pictures. So I'm not sure which of these is actually the windmill of Ia, but there's a windmill back here, and there's a few more over this way, and they make good pictures too. So that's pretty much it for our little tour of Ia. We didn't spend too much time here because one, we don't have a lot of time, and two, this just isn't our version of relaxing. You have to deal with lots of people to get pictures and stuff. But if that's your thing and you like the luxury experience, come to Ia. And it's very touristy, so there's a lot to do. But That's all we have for Ia. Now we're gonna go to Fira, which is kind of in the middle of the island, and see some things there. And an interesting thing actually, from Fira, people recommend taking a hike from Fira up to Ia, and it's supposed to be a nice way to see the coastline and see scenery. So if you have time and you like to hike, maybe give that a try and hike the trail from Fira to Ia. We're in Fira now. It's much more calm and laid back here compared to Ia, and you can see the iconic 3 bells. Oh, I take that back about being laid back. There's people beeping, but you can see there's 3 bells in this church right here, and I'm not sure what the significance is of that, but a lot of churches have the 3 bells, maybe the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, but pretty neat.
Alright, so we stopped at this place called Street Coffee. We got some Greek coffee and some Freddo espresso and some baklava. Definitely needed the coffee.
Yeah, it's been a while that we haven't had coffee. So.
Freddo espresso is pretty good. And regular coffee. Not bad. Baklava. Pretty decent baklava. So if you're in Fira and you park at one of the little parking lots, walk up and get some coffee at Street Coffee, and you'll be on your way.
See that rock out there? That's where we're trying to go. It's Skaros rock, and hopefully we can find the path. So it seems like a very long hike to get down there. So I don't think we're actually going to do the walk down. And it's really confusing back here, figuring out the zigzag of alleyways, how to get down to the actual path. But there's Skaros rock in the background. It's really, really cool formation, and it makes some great pictures. It looks pretty red. It's interesting how it's out there just on like a little peninsula. But sadly we're not gonna walk out, but at least we got to see it. I don't know why everyone's so obsessed with Ia. Honestly, Fira is so nice, so much nicer than Ia. I would spend more time in Fira if you're here. Just as good of views as over there. So I don't get what the big deal is about Ia. I mean, it's nice, but I much prefer this. We have the 3 bells of Fira behind us now, and it's a very popular spot for photos, especially on the other side, because you can get pictures with the ocean in the background, and it's very nice set of bells. a line of traffic to get to Ia.
It's nice and smooth. The first one was quite citrusy, and this one is now a different flavor.
Yeah, I like that one.
Really hoppy, because of course Greeks were only drinking lager beer before all of this.
Okay.
So you have to introduce it softly.
Okay.
We stopped at the Santorini Brewing Company real quick, where they have their own beer they make here called Yellow Donkey, White Donkey, all the donkey types. And they have some really nice merchandise in there as well that we got. And I think Matt is a fan of their beer. We got some to take away. And the people in there are very nice. And it's in a super nice part of Santorini that's more secluded, so we're a big fan. Now, we were going to stop at ancient Fira. It's where Fira used to be, and what's left is basically the ancient ruins of the town that you can walk through, and it looked really cool, and I was really looking forward to it, but sadly, it appears they're closed on Wednesdays, and that's the only time we can go, so we're not going to head there. So very sad. Maybe someday if we ever come back. Not sure if we will, but if we do, we'll have to check out ancient Fira then. And I believe it's located pretty far back on a zigzag road up a hillside. So it'd be pretty crazy getting back there. I'm not sure if there's an entrance fee or not. I imagine there is, but oh well, maybe next time. There was a church really close by that we thought looked pretty interesting, and it's gated so we can't go in, but still it makes for a great picture. This church is really unique looking with all the open dome structure with the pillars, and it looks like the bells in there are golden, which is pretty neat. But this church is called Agios Nectarios, and it's close by that brewery we were just at. Walking to the Heart of Santorini now. Very nice overlook back here, and it's down a pretty steep trail at first, but it's not too bad, not too far from the parking lot. The opening here is the Heart of Santorini. Doesn't really resemble a heart shape anymore, more of just a circle, an abnormal circle. But it's really neat how it's in these cliffs here. It gives a nice opening onto the sea. Oh, we got bells. But it's very, very windy here, and all this white stuff off the cliff, getting sandblasted, it kind of hurts. So be prepared, and the walk down is a little slippy on the rocks. word to the wise. This is what Santorini wind does to your hair. I don't know how I'm gonna fix this or be able to save my hair here, but I'm gonna try.
Okay. One tip we wanted to tell you, while you're in Greece, the way you lock and unlock doors is really weird. You'll spin it one way and you'll keep hearing clicking noises. We'll show you, actually every time you hear it click, it's the deadbolt's either going in or out. So for ours, if you turn it all the way to the left, be unlocking it, there's 1 click, 2 clicks, and then twist it all the way and you open. And locking it would be turning it the other way to the right at 3 clicks and then pulling your key out. So we'll show you, there's 1 click, there's 2 clicks. Some have 3 clicks or even more, so you can see how it goes out or in a little bit every time you hear it click. It's a little bit different than what we're used to in America.
So if you're into horseback riding, there's a place near Akrotiri that has horseback riding, and if we were here for a longer amount of time, I definitely would do it, but sadly we do not. We're at the red beach now, if you can't tell from all the crazy red rocks behind us, but there's also a really nice white church here that's pretty fascinating. It's a little bit of a walk to get to the beach, and as you can see, not the easiest path. Lots of rocks. So, you know, it's people come to the beach in sandals, but for this kind of thing, you might want some sneakers or something because it's pretty rocky. We're on the red beach now, and it's definitely a unique beach. Like, look at these crazy cliffs behind us, but also kind of scary because we realize how easily this stuff crumbles. So you're definitely at a risk of this stuff collapsing, and it would definitely kill a person. But interesting beach, a black sand, if you can call it. It's not really sand.
But it's just red rocks.
Yeah, it's supposed to be red beach, but it's just because of the red rocks that surround it. It's really a black sand, kind of. But it's not even sand, it's just pebbles. It's like sitting on a gravel driveway. So, yeah. I don't think Santorini really has the beaches. I mean, they're unique beaches with cool surroundings, but as far as nice sand, really clear water, doesn't have it. So that beach was pretty nuts. That's definitely just a one-time thing because it's really hard to get down there because you have to climb down or climb up all these rocks. And to get down, I mean, it's an interesting experience because of all the red rocks, but as far as the sand, there really is no sand, so that isn't nice. The water, I mean, It's okay, but it's not as clear and blue as some of the beaches we've been on. And yeah, there was a lot of people there too, so I can't even imagine during peak season what it's like there. There's also some boats that you would see come up to the shoreline, and they would take you to, I guess, White Beach, which is just like on the other side, or the Black Beach. So you could hop on one of those if you didn't feel like driving and walking down to them. You could just go by boat. So that was kind of convenient and nice. But yeah, now we're just gonna go and get some food at a very highly rated restaurant in Santorini. We're headed to the restaurant now. It's a bit back here and out of the way, but this is supposed to be one of the top restaurants in Santorini, and I believe it's owned by two brothers from Crete, which is another island we would eventually like to see. Some Greek cheese, bread, and olives to start, and Rocky, which is a Greek drink that I think is 40%, 45% alcohol, which is very strong, more strong than ouzo, so we'll try these.
That does smell strong. That's pretty strong. Wow. Another quick shot. I need to chase it with something. Pretty strong.
I mean, it doesn't smell that bad.
Take it quick. Chug it down.
It tastes like great medicine. I thought they were forks too. We're having Matt's favorite. He needed to get fried feta with honey one last time.
Hot. Real good though. Last one.
Yep. Last meal. So these are like calataffi cheese rolls, I think they're called. This is like those little thin
Baklava.
noodles that sometimes they use in baklava and stuff. But this has cheese in it. 4 different types of cheeses, I think, with a homemade jam. I'm not sure what kind of jam it is, but it looks really good. So I'll try it. This is gonna be messy with all the little strings falling off. Let me try the jam first. Real tasty. I don't know what it is, but I really like that. I wish we could get that at home. There might be feta in there, but I'm not sure. Definitely an interesting combination. We got spicy pork cutlets, maybe, for our last dish. It's just pork with peppers, tomatoes, feta, and like a wine sauce, I think. Something a little different than we've gotten.
Well, it's pretty tasty. The sauce is pretty tasty too.
Did it taste winey? They had something about wine.
Yeah. It's like tomato based too. Yeah, very good.
Last thing we got was this complimentary cheesecake type of thing, and it looks like the same jam that was in the cheese rolls. So probably shouldn't have got that because this is gonna be similar, but it looks really good. There it is up close. Really good. It's like whenever they make those like blueberry cheesecake type of things, but it's not actually cheesecake, it's more of a fluff. This is what that's like. It's kind of like not Cool Whippy, but more of a Cool Whippy texture than a solid baked cheesecake. Try and make it on to another beach, Perissa Beach, the black sand beach on the east side of the island, and maybe chill there for a little bit. And then I think that's all the destinations we really have planned for today. And then we're gonna reconvene and do some beer tasting on our balcony. We thought this was Perissa Beach, but apparently I think it's called Kamari. Maybe Perissa is further down or something. But holy pebbles. There's huge pebbles like this all over the beach. That isn't even really a good size one. Like this. And boy, did they hurt your feet to walk in. Oh, it was not fun walking on, even with sandals on these. But it's a nice long stretch of beach. It just doesn't have nice sand to sit on. But definitely a nice long stretch. Not too many people here. And the town surrounding it is actually really cute and nice. We're a fan of the beach town. But that's all we can say. Water's a little choppier here too, but it is windier. And the water definitely isn't clear. So I'm sorry to say, but Santorini just doesn't seem to have the beaches. I'm sorry, but it doesn't. So if you're coming to Santorini expecting amazing beaches, you might be disappointed because we had better beaches on both Paros and Naxos. Now we're talking. We finally found a decent beach. So the beach we were on was just on the other side of the mountain. We did end up finding Perissa Beach, and oh my gosh, million times better. The sand here is actually really nice and fine and black. This is the black sand beach. The other one was like the pebble beach. But it's really nice here. I wish we found it sooner. We're just gonna take in these last moments we have and enjoy the beach. Maybe get in a little bit, then back to the Airbnb. So while we have you here in this beautiful location, I wanted to share a little bit of information about Santorini. It's possible you're already familiar with Santorini and you may already know this, but if you don't, Santorini actually was the location of a volcano that erupted back in 1620 BC. It was one of the largest eruptions in the last 10,000 years. It completely wiped out civilization on Santorini, Naxos, Paros, where if you go see some of the archaeological sites that are on this island, you can see how things were with all like the ash covering it. It's basically like Greece's version of Pompeii. But because of that eruption, the caldera that we see, which isn't this is the other side. The caldera is the side we have our balcony view, and Ia and Fira, that's all the caldera. But the water in the caldera is actually where the volcano used to be, and Santorini is just the rim of the caldera. So that's why you get black sand everywhere like this, because this is or was a volcano. And that's why there's also very dramatic cliffs everywhere, because of collapsing of the caldera, and it's just a very interesting geological island from that perspective. So it creates some very interesting sights and geological features, and that's what we like about it. It is different in that aspect. And this beach is nice, but some of the other things about Santorini, we can take it or leave it.
You're really gonna go under? Are you really gonna go under?
Yeah, I'll go under. Before heading to our Airbnb, we went to this little bakery here called Santa Irini. You can tell it's just a small mom and pop bakery, and they have cookies mix and match you can buy that are by weight. And so we got a few of those to try later, but it's a very nice place. If we knew about it sooner, we probably would have came here for some other things, but it's how it goes. And Matt also got this feta, tomato, and olive pie. So we'll try it all later. We're back at our Airbnb watching the sunset, and I made a friend. She's over there, and it looks like she's leaving us now. But Matt's having his beer from the Donkey Brewery, and I think we're going to try some of the cookies from the bakery and then call it a night. We shouldn't be doing this, but I fed a kitty some feta. I felt really bad. She was being bullied by this other cat, and it looked like she was pregnant or is pregnant, and then she hopped up here with us, and she expecting more feta. It's pretty funny and cute. So she's here chilling, watching the sunset with us. We departed Santorini early this morning, and now we're in our first business lounge, so that's fun. We haven't ever been in anything like that before. We've been eating lots of free food, not that we need it, but just because we want to try it all. I wanted to add, one of the things I did forget to say about Santorini, they think in the caldera down where the water is, that is the location of the lost city of Atlantis, and they also have a museum dedicated to that. It looked cool, but we didn't check it out. But other than that, this pretty much concludes our whole Greece trip and Santorini journey. So thanks for following along. If you liked our Santorini video and you're interested in more Greece videos and you haven't seen our others, we also went to Naxos and Paros and Athens. So check those out. And if you haven't already, like and possibly subscribe to us to see where else we'll go, because we have lots of places we want to get to. eventually in due time. But thanks for following along, and we hope to see you next time. Okay, until next time, friends. Bye.